First things 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 first.
Hey guys, it's Shay Loves 89, and This is gonna be a really lazy review because I didn't feel like doing it, nor do I want to do it. And as you can tell on my face, I look tired as hell. So let's get started on this Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season 3, episode 6, I think it is. It starts off with Benzino, Mimi, Dawn, and Stevie J having a meeting about this fake marriage and whatever bullshit. And Mimi sitting there asking Stevie J when they got married. He didn't answer at first. And Don's bringing up the fact that it's public records of the marriage certificate to be shown or whatever. And then Stevie J was like, well, I'm my own government, basically. I don't have to show you anything or whatever. Why is Mimi and Don so pressed on this? I don't know. I don't care. Mimi asked him again about when he was married. He said July 29th. Then he changed it to June 29th. That's where you messed up, Stevie J. That's where you messed up. Moving on. Mama D and Erica Pinkett, or the Pinketts, are having a conversation about Bambi, and Mama D corrected her. Had to get in on that ass, like check her real quick about you shouldn't have came to out your mouth and said anything about the miscarriage or something. Then again, neither should have Scrappy should have told you anything. It is you, yeah, you're his friend and all, but you should have just kept it to yourself. I think she just did it out of spite because she was salty that she wasn't with Scrappy. That was it. I really don't feel like going in order either. So, I'm just gonna talk about it. I don't wanna do this. Yeah, again, I'm not going in order. Waka and Tammy talk about the whole Johnson situation, and I can say this about Waka. His music sounds retarded sometimes, but as an artist, as a person, he doesn't sound retarded. He doesn't sound that stupid. He was like holding for rings and women like the situation, basically saying that Jocelyn, well, Jocelyn is a hoe, but Jocelyn talking about this ring and all this other stuff where you're just happy that you're in the situation that you're engaged and you can wait for the ring. You're not in a rush to have a ring. You do want the ring, but you're not in a rush to have it. You're not talking about it constantly to have it. Don and Mimi, they have a conversation about where to go from this vivid thing Mimi had, and how Mimi said she doesn't want to be a porn star, she's not making any else sex tape. But put two and two together, Don knew about the situation. Probably already knew about the sex tape and decided to make a move on it. That's where I'm going from there. Jocelyn, Benzino, and Steve J, they have a little photo shoot. Now, Benzino brings up the fact that Mimi knew about the photo shoot. And Jocelyn was like, well, you knew and Tammy knew. And Jocelyn was like, I don't appreciate your baby mother and Tammy talking about me when I don't talk about neither one of them. Okay. True, you only talk about them when it comes to you or when it happens. Okay, so whatever. Rashida and Kirk had a photo shoot with sister to sister. It's fine until her mama opened her mouth. And then Kirk just had to go back and say shit. If you would have just let her mother say what she had to say and not pay attention to it or whatever, and you didn't have to bring up the Jasmine shit either, y'all would have been fine. No arguments would have happened. Because if that was me in my situation, I'm like, yo, just let her ride. If she gonna say shit, let her say shit. Because ain't no place or time for that. So, oh, Rashida was also in the studio, still rapping like she rapping, and it's just, sometimes I don't think Rashida needs to rap. She can sell her little cosmetics and jewelry and stuff and clothes or whatever online. It's not like she don't need to rap sometimes. Like, stop it. Why are you so rap? Sound like you rapping so lazy and shit. Just stop. Yeah. And Kalina and her talking about going to New Orleans for Mardi Gras at that time. And she was like, well, Chris gonna have to worry about what Rashida's doing. I don't think he's gonna be worrying about it too much. Especially if you're out the picture. Jonathan's still where he's at. Right. Tammy and Jocelyn talk. Tammy and Jocelyn talk. Well, they didn't talk. They really got into an argument. And now one of them was kind of listening to each other. I mean, at first they were, and then when they started going back and forth, they were not listening to each other whatsoever. So Jocelyn left, and Tammy's still going at it while she's leaving. Before she hit the door, that's when you should have said all that shit. And when she got in the car, she couldn't hear you after what you said and how what your man has and all this other stuff. Nobody cares. Mama D, Bambi, and Erica Pinkett, they have a conversation. And, well, try to have a conversation. And the funny thing is, yes, Mama D started the problem, but she did come off as a conversation as a woman. She didn't get up and start a fight. She basically, like, how she had the conversation with Erica Pinkett, basically, she said her stuff first, and then she let Erica Pinkett have a conversation start. Women now don't do that. They say as soon as you offend them with stuff, they don't want to hear it. They're gonna sit there and bark at you, and you gonna bark back, and all this other stuff. So Mama D was like, "Well, you gotta learn. Bambi has a place, has a position," and then Erica had to open her fucking mouth and say, "Well, what place is that? What position?" Okay, like where's her place? Like where does? That's his girlfriend. That was going to be the mother of his child besides the other Erica. Bitch, you just salty. And then Mama D was saying to Bambi that Erica has a position too. And then Bambi was like, well, what position? She don't have a position. The next thing you know, that starts, and then Erica tries to swing, which I don't think it hit Bambi at all. And you the one on the ground losing your shoes, where Bambi was fine. Mama D sitting there talking about some damn palace and screaming about get back here, and that you should have listened, but at this point, she should have just left it alone. Why get involved with it? Leave it alone. So, oh, Mimi and Nico, they're talking about that 1 year anniversary bullshit. And, she wakes him up. He wakes up with breakfast in bed and all this other stuff. And they're talking about Dawn and the opportunity she brings. And also talking about getting Benzino to, put on Hip Hop Weekly, which I doubt he would do. That's pretty much it from what I remember all the episodes. I was gonna go back and watch the episode and bring you other stuff, but anybody who's seen it, y'all already know what happened in the episode, and I don't feel like going through it. This is why I say it was a lazy review. I'm tired. But I'm giving y'all some video. I'm giving y'all a video, so yeah.